just sit on a chair where I think most of you are already on a chair, and if you can come to maybe the edge of your chair so that your feet are comfortably on the ground, you can feel your feet on the ground. Mhm. And you sense your sits bones underneath you. Mhm. Yeah, and sense how you're aligned over your sits bones, your shoulders, your head, your neck. And then just come back to your breathing again, just as we did at the beginning, with Sachin. And in this case, just very like non-judgmentally, we're not changing anything. Like there's no correct way to breathe, noticing just how you breathe and where there's movement. And maybe just place a hand, one hand on the top of your chest and one hand on your belly. Just noticing where there's some movement. Do you sense some movement in your chest? Mm-hmm. And is there maybe some movement also in your belly? Mm-hmm. Okay, just let that go. And we do quite a few pauses in Feldenkrais. And the whole idea of that is it kind of refreshes your attention so that every time we do another little movement or exploration, you come at it with like a fresh attention, like it's brand new again for you. So now I'm going to teach you the heart hug actually first. It's kind of a gentle touch. You place one hand on top of the other on your chest. It's the palm of one hand on top of the palm of the other. It doesn't matter which hand is on the bottom. Okay. And just sense your skin to skin contact. Maybe as if you were touching like a butterfly or a flower, very gentle, light touch, but sensing the skin. And just begin by making some circular movements. If you can move the skin, your skin around in a circle. Yeah. Breathing. And then reverse the circle. Okay, just let that go. Pause for a moment. And bring your hands back to your chest, your one hand on top of the other. Mhm. And now, sensing the skin to skin contact, imagine there was a little clock on your chest, right under your hand. And it's a small clock, maybe only about a half an inch or 1 inch in diameter. And so you'll, sensing that skin to skin contact, go down to 6 o'clock and then go around in a circle for 1 1/4 circles. It doesn't matter which direction, and then come back to 6 o'clock. And keep doing that again, making Your own pace, your own rhythm, going around. Yeah, moving the skin. 1 1/4 circle and coming back to 6 o'clock.
And the palms are touching to the chest.
Yes, yeah. Your palms are touching your chest. You're moving the skin around in a circle, but you're going 1 1/4 circles, either 3 o'clock or 9 o'clock, and then coming back to 6 o'clock. And just notice, how are you breathing? And are your eyes open or closed? And so let's all try it with our eyes closed. And then open your eyes. Great. And let that go. Rest. You can go and rest at the back of your chair if you want, or whatever is comfortable for you. And just sense your breathing now. Has anything changed? Is your breathing fuller, deeper, slower? Okay. And let's come back up to the front of your chair and have your feet underneath your knees in a place where it feels supported. And notice where your sits bones are, where you're sitting on your sits bones. Yeah. And could you rock a little bit? Yeah, to the any side. You pick a side. Rock to one side and then come back to the center. And do that again. Go to that side. Feel the pressure. When it goes to that buttock, does the other buttock lift a little, get a little lighter? And what comes along when you shift to that side? Does something happen to the ribs on that side? And pause in the middle for a minute, just a second. And now shift your weight to the other side. And come back to the neutral. Yeah, what's different about coming to this side? Yeah, one side gets heavier and the other side of your pelvis gets lighter? And then just go ahead and connect the 2 points, like you were drawing a horizontal line, going from side to side. And pause in the middle. Now, some of you are just kind of going from side to side, and all of you are going from side to side. Can you see? Yeah. And let's all do that. You kind of go from side to side, and you're kind of moving like a pendulum. All of you going from side to side, and you can still feel that shifting of weight underneath your buttock, right? And come to the middle and pause. And I notice some of you, you're curving a little bit like a banana, like kind of like as you move from side to side, maybe one side of you gets shorter and the other side of you gets a little longer. You're kind of like, and your head may tilt a little closer to your shoulder, allowing your head and neck to kind of move with this movement. And where do your eyes look? Yeah. Nice. And come back to the middle and just pause, rest a minute. And if you're comfortable, rest here, or if you want to, rest against your chair. Please come back to the edge of your chair again. And sense your feet under the ground, sense your feet supporting you. And go ahead now and think of tilting your pelvis a little bit forward and then back to neutral. So now you're rocking your pelvis forward and back to neutral. Yeah. And then you can tilt your pelvis back. Yeah. Right. And you notice your back rounds when you tilt your pelvis back. And let your eyes look down and connect that movement going up, your eyes looking up. Down, just a little bit, like, doesn't have to be a big movement, but just notice what's the difference like when your eyes are involved. And then do it when you're not looking, like you're keeping your eyes still. What a difference it makes. And then go ahead and let your eyes look up, and eyes look down. And just come back to the middle. Yeah, nice. And just go back and rest. Yeah, pause, rest. Now come back to the edge of your chair again. Sense your feet underneath you. And we did up and down, we did side to side, and you can kind of familiarize yourself with that again. Now, could you go and connect that? Imagine there was a clock underneath your pelvis. Could you go ahead and make a circle? It could be a small circle, yeah, tiny circle underneath you, and reverse that circle. Yes, lovely. Beautiful. Yeah. And let that go, rest. Just pause for a moment. And now let's go back to that heart hug after doing a few of those movements, okay? So we'll put your hands back on your chest and sense your pelvis underneath you, the sits bones, the skin to skin contact. And go again down to 6 o'clock with your hands, going around a little tiny circle, all the way to 3 o'clock or 9 o'clock, and then come back down. This time, breathe in as you go around the circle and breathe out when you come back to 6 o'clock. And could you smile as you're doing this movement? Yeah. Or just think about how you could even arrange your face as if to smile. And breathing out through kind of slightly open lips, like you were blowing out a candle, smiling. And then one last time, thinking about something you're grateful for. And rest, let it all go. Just let your breathing come back to normal. And go ahead and notice your breathing, just that test that we did at the beginning. Do you sense more breathing now in your belly? In your chest? Maybe even under your armpits. Yeah, that's it. Thank you. That was the heart hug. And you can also do this like on the left side, different parts of the left side, on the ribs, opening up all the lungs on that side and just pausing to notice any difference between the left side and the right. As you know, the left side is also where your heart is. And then you can also do the heart hug on the right side of yourself, exploring different parts of the right side, and then, yeah, and then pausing as well. So that can really open up all the lungs and your breathing. So, of course, our wish is always for good breathing and good respiratory health at all times, but especially now, we wanted to share this particular movement that we thought that you could do for yourself at home or any time that you feel that it would be helpful for you.